Hi! Today I need to make some laundry detergent. I am a huge frugal and do-it-yourself person, and if I can do something for way cheaper than buying it at the store, then that's what I do. And I started this process days ago because last week when I did laundry, I actually used the last of my soap. And so I started it and I just haven't finished, and that's fine. So I'm going to show you today which recipe I use and how I do it in case you've never done it. I didn't make the recipe, but I like it. And you're going to have to pardon the unprofessionalism of this filming because I'm not using the front camera because I'm not filming myself the whole time. But I don't know where the pause button is on my video, so bear with me. Okay, so the recipe I use is called Mom's Super Laundry Sauce, and I happen to use the no-cook method that she calls for dummies. It's not because I'm a dummy, it's because I want something easier. I don't want to have to mess with cooking, and it's from budget101.com, and I will put the link in the description when I figure out how to do that, which hopefully will be before I get this up, uploaded, or before anybody ever watches this. So I have the ingredients are borax and washing soda. And I know a lot of people are always asking, well, what is washing soda? Can I use baking soda? And this lady, she says, no, if you use baking soda, expect your jars to explode, because she's had that happen. The other ingredient is Fels Naphtha soap, and I apologize for the poor quality of the wrapper, but Fels Naphtha. You can get these for close to $1. I don't remember exactly what I paid. It might have been $1.19 or something. And I had to dig this out of the garbage so I could show you what it looks like. So anyway, so washing soda is sodium carbonate, unlike baking soda, which is sodium bicarbonate. So they're very similar, but not the same. And both of these ingredients are laundry boosters and household cleaners. I didn't make the recipe. I don't know the science behind it, why we use both. I just do it because I know it works. Okay, I can't show you step one because I did it days ago, like I said, but you take your bar of soap, cut it in half. And then each half you're going to chop into little pieces, grate it, whatever. And then you're going to put each half into a jar. And then you're going to put 1.5 cups of boiling water into each one. Put your lid on and let it sit. Now, Fels Naphtha is a yellow soap. As you can see, I have some pink. I only had a half a bar of my Fels Naphtha left, but I happen to also have a half a bar of Zote soap that I bought years ago, which is also a laundry soap. I've done this before and it works just fine. Probably for our heaviest, grubbiest clothes, I will use the Fels Naphtha, but the Zote will work just fine regardless. So after it's sat all night, it kind of dissolves and turns into this gel. You can see it's stuck to the jar. So what then we're supposed to do is take a knife, just kind of chop it, put an X or something to loosen it up from the side of the jar. I'll have to finish that after I pause this. And then I've already measured out 1/2 cup each of the washing soda and the borax, and we'll add that to this. And I also need to heat up some water. I forgot to do that. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I'm using a canning funnel just to make sure that it doesn't spill all over my counter, because like I just did, because I'm kind of clumsy sometimes. So my water's heating up over there. Shouldn't take too long. Now what we're going to do then is we're going to add water up to about here. So not a lot, another cup or two, maybe. Okay, so the pink soap has a slight scent to it, which is fine. The Fels Naphtha really doesn't have a scent, but just for fun, I haven't done it before, I put, it's hard to see this, 15-20 drops of lemon eucalyptus essential oil in there. I don't know if the smell will stay when the soap's, you know, when the laundry load is done or not, but if it does, then that would be kind of cool. So now I'm going to pour some hot water in here. Sorry for the lighting skills. Let's see, where's that knife? Don't want to overfill the jar, but we also want to make sure we get enough. Okay. So I think this is supposed to go to the shoulder of the jar, which you can kind of see a little better on the canning jar. It's got like a little spot here. This is an old mayonnaise jar, so I'm going to put just a tad more. Now, one thing you need to make sure you do, because now what we're going to do is we're going to blend it. So you take your base. These fit on mason jars, in case you weren't aware of it. What you have to make sure is that your rubber gasket is completely dry and doesn't have any of the soap or stuff on it. So I also make sure that the top of my jar is clean. If it's wet or has the soap on it, then it's like the gasket gets sucked in and it'll be all chewed up, and we don't want that to happen. Okay, now we are going to blend this. Okay. I may have had that one a little over full because it popped out, which means I'm going to have to clean this before I do the next load. So, as you can see, it's all kind of fluffy. It will firm up again in storage, but it will always be soft enough for scooping. And you use a tablespoon per wash load. It doesn't matter what kind of machine you have, top load, front load, high efficiency, or gallons and gallons of water. I'm going to do the other one now, but I've got to clean this off first. Okay, this one is more creamy, like mayonnaise, which is just fine. Like I said, it will thicken up in storage, but still always be totally scoopable. So I have a small shelf built into the wall behind my washing machine, and I just keep these jars sitting there with a tablespoon dedicated to the purpose, only for my laundry soap. And this equals approximately 128 washer loads, and it only takes up this much space. Okay, push the red button for me.
Which red button?
There's a red button right in the middle.
The pause?
Oh, it's already recording. I didn't hear it make noise. Oh, okay. So I made laundry detergent many years ago when it was the same ingredients, but you made like in a big pot, and you had to cook it and dissolve it on the stove, and then you had gallons of laundry soap, and that works fine, but you're using like a half a cup, quarter cup per load, and it just takes up a lot of space. Then I had friends that were doing the same thing, but they just blended all their powders, the soap and everything up to a really fine powder, and then they could just put a scoop of that into their wash. That works great, except I don't think it dissolves really well in cold water, and that's the only thing we wash our clothes in right now is cold water, because we don't actually have hot water hooked up yet. So it's just direct from the well line. So I love this because everything's already been dissolved in the hot water in the jar, and it doesn't take up very much space. So that's it for this video, and maybe another time I will show you, I'll show you something else. I know I will. Okay, thanks. Okay, now push the button.